But also opening up their home schedule tonight are the Northside Eagles. They're taking on Peach County, and earlier this week, I got to catch up with one of Northside's linebackers, Colt Warnock, who can say that just being on the sidelines at all tonight at Northside is a miracle.
January 2023, Colt Warnock was in Athens at a recruiting camp, hoping to get noticed by college coaches. 4 months later, while working out at home on the night of May 8th, Colt's future was put on pause.
I had a pausing point when I was at the bottom of my driveway, and a random person just came up and tried to convince me that he lived at my house, and I wouldn't let him in, so we got into it, and then he just pulled a gun out and shot me. Really, I wasn't even thinking about myself. I was just thinking about my mama and my family. I was like, you know, I'm only 15. I can't leave now, so I just toughened through and walked up the driveway, and first thing I did was hug my mama.
Colt was taken to the hospital in Macon, where he stayed for the next 3 days. But those days,
painful everywhere, my whole body. Not gonna lie to you, the first month I was like, I'm not gonna play football.
His right colon partially removed, but the bullet couldn't be, still lodged behind his kidney. Colt didn't know if he'd ever play football again, but one thing he definitely was certain of, his next meal.
My mom, she went and got us some Chick-fil-A. I had to, I love Chick-fil-A.
What's the order?
I had a #1 with the chocolate milkshake.
After a month away, he'd had enough. One day in the weight room, making all the difference.
I was like, you know what, I'm just go for 350. And it was squat, and I hit it. And I was like, hey, I think I'm ready to get back in pads.
2 months after being shot in the stomach, Colt Warnock was back on the field.
I'm super grateful. I give all my thanks and glory to God. He really, he got me here.
He was excited. You know, if something like that happens, you don't know if, you know, a kid will decide to shut it down or keep going, use it as fuel, and he's done a really good job. Obviously, we've eased him into things, but now he's just about 100%, so we're excited about that, and he's got a great attitude.
The Eagles have always called themselves a family, but never has that been more true than this season on the north side of town.
You just love on the kids. You let them know that you're there for them. Colt's a good kid. But anything can happen to anybody, you know, and that's what I told the kids, that you just never know, and he was very fortunate.
Love. I got love for everybody on that team.
Man, just such a special story. Really thank you to Colt and Coach Bailey and the Eagles for telling their story earlier this week. Just a really special human. We'll have highlights of that one between Northside and Peach County, highlights of this one between Westside and Southwest, and everything in between coming up on Football Friday night tonight at 11:35. Live in Macon at the Ed DeFore Sports Complex, Connor Hines, 13 WMAZ Sports.